race number 9, then the second last on the programme, and the 9th event is a Class 3 again over the 1600 metres, headed by Rattan, who's on a hat-trick here for Richard Gibson and Chad Schofield. Fast Most Furious, excuses last time out, gets up to the 1600 metres, daring fit a roll forward from barrier 4 as he goes up in trip. Top Act was well held behind Rattan on his last start. We've got Mark Kula first up. First try on the turf here in Hong Kong as well. Bring it on, 6th behind Regency Bobo. General Dino was down the field there behind Regency Bobo last time out too.
Yeah, Daring Fit has often shown good gate speed at shorter trips. So I think he's quite dangerous here if he gets to the front over a mile and isn't taken on. He could get a softish lead if they go slowly, as that map suggests. Sergeant Titanium is getting back to something like the form he was producing a couple of years ago. Agree gets a nice run. The map doesn't look good for Rattan, but he might just have the class to overcome it.
Here he is, Rattan. Yep, he's got the wide draw in the top weight, but he's still going well. He's won his last two, Rattan, and he's showing no signs of going on a downward spiral. He's more on an upward spiral. So that's his gallop here on the 3rd of November. Top Act, he's had one run now for the new stables. Very well bred, very well rated horse at this stage. And I think he's come on from that run as well. I don't know if he need one more, but he's a horse who's getting really well rated at the moment.
All right, we'll certainly take note
Group
of that.
3 winner, Sa.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now with the Freedman stable, of course. Let's start off, though, with Chad Schofield and Rattan, see if he can complete that hat-trick.
Rattan Chad, he looked like a horse with potential last season, but do you feel like this season he's taken it to a new level?
Yeah, he has. His wins this season have been quite effortless, really. He hasn't won by big margins, but he's been doing it very well. Disappointed with the draw, makes it quite tricky, but with the big weight and the draw, we're really going to see, where he's at, because it's not going to be easy for him. But he's a horse with a lot of class, and I expect him to go much higher in the ratings.
Do you imagine that you'll be getting back and using his turn of foot?
He does have a very good turn of foot, so we don't want to be doing anything to threaten that. So I'll talk to Richard and we'll go through the race and see what we can come up with.
Natural question, being a 4-year-old, is he a 4-year-old series horse, do you feel?
We're hoping so, but obviously he's still in Class 3, but I think he could be. He's got a lot of class.
There you go.
Yeah.
He likes him a bit, 4-year-old series.
I like him a bit as well. The key thing as well is whether it's a fast run race or a slow run race, he's still found ways to win, and I like that. And yeah, he's got a problem with the weight and the barrier, but that's, as I say, he might have the class to overcome them. Yeah,
he's obviously a very good horse. I found one to beat him, but I think he'll be in the finish.
All right, so 2 thumbs up from Chad as far as Rattan is concerned. Sergeant Titanium has been very consistent so far this season and up and coming down the field here. But Sergeant Titanium, wide gate again. Yeah,
that's a query for him. Joe Moreira aboard as well. I still think he can run a good race. He's quite a really big, strong horse, Sergeant Titanium. And once he finds form, he normally keeps in his form. This is his grade these days, Class 3. So I've got him in on a 4th line.
He's an interesting horse. I mean, 15-16, he won 4 on the bounce or something, didn't he? And then he was 12 outs last season, nowhere near where he needed to be. But he's got back to a nice rating. He's beginning to run well as well, so he's interesting.
All right, 6:20 at the moment. Joe Moreira in the saddle for John Size. Bring it on. Fast Most Furious didn't get the breaks, and General Dino swings out to the outside. Yeah,
this is the one I quite like, Fast Most Furious. He runs 7th. He's had 2 starts, 2 7ths, and he's still trying to get out now. You can see he doesn't get a run at all. Zach Purton goes back there, then he comes back out again, and then he tries to go back in again. The gap closes again, and then you can see him snatched up there. So he's not even pushed. He's not tested at all. Both runs have been like that. So I think once he did get clear at the end, he hit the line strongly. So just with that little weight pull, I think he can maybe beat Rattan.
General Dino's had some rotten draws so far in Hong Kong. Yes. I'm not saying he's going to do a huge amount better from gate 1, but he should get a much easier run.
Yeah, I enjoy the step up in trip as well. But so he's on top then, Paul. Fast Most Furious.
Yeah, I do like the Quinella. Fast Most Furious to beat Rattan. So we'll take that Quinella. That's the way we'll go. Imperial Gallantry, they're changing the gear again. He's a monkey, this horse, but he's got plenty of ability. Blinkers off, visor back on, hood off. So we'll give him a chance because we know he's got plenty of ability and he should be double figures. And Sergeant Titanium is pretty consistent, but do like this 3-1 Quinella.
I've got Rattan on top. I think it's going to be a situation here where he can back a really good horse, albeit one with 1 or 2 inconveniences, but he can back him at a good price because of that, and I think he might be able to overcome them. Daring Fit's dangerous because he might get let loose on the lead, and I think he should see the mile out as well, given his breeding, so I wouldn't dismiss his chance. Agree should position up very well, and he's run 2 good races this campaign, and I think the conditions on Saturday afternoon should suit him. And Imperial Gallantry isn't always an easy one to find, but he's been running well this season, and I think he's got a good chance as well. But I think $7.70 play on the nose, Rattan.
Well, there you go. All right, for the hat-trick from barrier 14. One more race to go then, race number 10. That's up next, plus all the best bets.